Yeah, g'day, Bush Camping Tools here, and today I'd like to talk about two of my favorite knives here, and also maybe dispel a few myths about what's going around about knives in general for outdoor use. Okay, so two of my favorite knives. One is this one here. This is Ontario's Spec Plus Marine, and it's a knife made out of 1095 high carbon steel with a Kraton handle. And the other one is a completely different kind of knife. This is Strider's MFS. Probably stands for My First Strider. That's what everyone reckons. Anyway, this is one of the original MFSs, and it's made out of ATS 34, and that was hardened by Paul Boss. So that's the Strider there. So let's start off with his Spec Plus Marine. This is a clip point blade. It's a classic blade design. It's about a 7-inch long blade. Now, I've had this knife now for about 20 odd years. It's been all around the world with me. And it's done everything from camping, backpacking, trekking. It's been in the tropics. It's been used around salt water. Now, of course, when it was used around salt water, I was near a freshwater lagoon, so I could wash it off and stop any rust that might set in, because it's high carbon steel. It's not rust-free steel. I've got to say, Kraton handles are damn comfortable. Even in the wet, dry, cold, hot, very, very comfortable grip. Now this knife, a lot of people are saying, you know, only full Tang, full width construction Tangs are any good and really strong. I've really beaten the bejesus out of this knife over the years. Okay, I haven't used it to smash down brick walls, and I haven't cut open fuel tanks with it, but it's done a lot of things. And I've got to say, it doesn't look broken to me, and the blade is still very, very straight. There, I hope you can see that it's not bent or anything. And certainly the Kraton handle, it's not parted company with the blade whatsoever. It's not come off the Tang at all. This rivet hole at the end there, that actually secures the blade, the Tang, into the handle itself. Now, on applications, the clip point's very good if you have to do a bit of fishing while you're out camping. It's good for gutting fish to start the cut through the vent of the fish. Maybe it's easier to say what the knife is not good for. I have taken it on a couple of hunting trips. It's not a hunting blade knife, clip points aren't. But you can dress out small game such as rabbits, hares, and such. Bigger game, it's a bit of a pain. It's really a bit too big, and it's the wrong shaped blade. But other than that, it's a great knife, and for bang for your buck, well, you know, I don't think you can beat it. It's really quite good. Takes an edge well, holds an edge well, and let's face it, it's not too expensive if you lose it in the field. But as I said, this is 20 years old, so if you've ever considered buying one of these, I'm speaking from experience here now, and I reckon this is a damn good blade. It's a really good knife, and you can really abuse it, provided what we're talking about is abusing it for uses in camping and hunting and fishing and the like, not for smashing down brick walls or poking holes through fuel tanks, etc. Okay, and just to summarize on that, one last thing. The sheath, everyone slags the sheath. Well, yeah, the sheath is not that great, but that's a 20-year-old sheath. It hasn't busted on me at all. And you can see the toggles are still in operation here. Everything works. Doesn't look that great. Bit of rust on these rivets over the years. Everything's still intact. So, yeah, it's not a fancy scabbard, but it really works, and it really secures the knife well. Got 2 points of securing here. So that's it there. Now, around the camp kitchen, it does okay. Again, it's not the best designed blade for prolonged cooking efforts around the camp, but it works. Okay, so that's the Spec Plus. So my other favorite knife is this Strider MFS. Well, this is what can I say? It's a great little knife. It's considerably more expensive than the and even the new ones are more expensive. When I bought this about 12 years ago in Japan, when I was working in Japan, basically it was about $300 it cost me then. I know they're a lot cheaper now. But anyway, as I said, ATS 34, it's a great blade. It's a little bit harder to sharpen because it's a higher Rockwell than this one here, the Spec Plus. But it's really tough. I've really abused this. I've used it for some things you shouldn't use knives for, like smacking out stubborn machinery bushes. It's opened oysters. I've used it to cut through giant bamboo shoots in a giant bamboo forest in the tropics. Even the Kydex sheath, if you use your imagination, I used the Kydex sheath actually with the knife in it to dig a hole once, not a very big hole, and it wasn't in super hard dirt, but nonetheless to dig a hole with. And it's yeah, it's pretty tough stuff, this Kydex, of course, you know. So yeah, this knife is great. It's got some good jimping here for the thumb, and in the reverse position here, like that. It's pretty good. Now it's paracord wrapped, so it's not going to be as comfortable as a blade handle like the one I just showed you. But of course with the paracord you can always use it for other things if you actually have to, and you can rewrap it. This has been rewrapped several times since I've owned it in the 12 years. Great knife, pretty damn strong. Now in terms of batoning, if you're thinking, well, it's too small to baton with, that's not true. I've used this knife a lot for batoning 4 or 5 inch thick diameter oak logs, and certainly thick and very hard eucalyptus wood in Australia. So the way to do it is just imagine it's a wedge, you know, that you're using a wedge that you would normally use with an axe, and you can do that. And to help split the wood, you can also shove stones down into the crack as it widens, and use another piece of wood to whack down in there. So it's possible to use a small blade like this, provided it's thick enough. This is quite thick, it's 1/4 inch. It's almost 1/4 inch, and across the spine. Yep. So you can baton with that too. Around the camp kitchen, it's great. It's a great little knife. Drop point design there, classic design. Very, 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 very nice knife. A little bit pricey, I think, for what it is, but I've never felt the need not to use it for sure. Hunting, it's not too bad. You can do a bit of hunting with it. For dressing out large and small game, it's okay. Yeah, so there you go. 2 of my favorite knives. So as I said, if you've ever considered either of these 2 knives, purchasing either of these 2 knives, well, that's my experiences with them, and I think they're well worth the money, both knives, and they're very practical knives in the outdoor applications. Thanks for watching.